Good afternoon, and welcome back to day 16 of the $20,000 December challenge. So we've got some big updates, some changes. It is currently Monday, so I wasn't sure if I was going to be getting back with you on Sunday or Monday. This weekend was fucking chaos. So I didn't get to get nearly as much as I was hoping to done. There was just a lot of family stuff going on. So what that means for us is I was not able to get very much in the way of customer progress. So that means new leads or jobs sold. The ads that I posted, I was really happy with those videos, but they were a flop, unfortunately. I am going to end up making ads. So here's the deal. I'll talk about this real quick. When it comes to making Facebook ads, right, it's all trial and error. There's no set in stone, this is guaranteed to work, whatever. And I talked about it on, I believe, Friday, that I've got a system that has worked pretty much every damn time for me. And I'm trying to step away from that system to try new things, because I know that if I figure out another new system, then I've got two ways that I can do this stuff. And it'll most likely hit a different demographic of customers, which therefore my cost per lead goes down because I'm hitting different people, blah, blah, blah. So in other words, it's very important to keep trying new things and giving new different styles, different versions of ads a shot. So that being said, there's going to be a lot of flops. I mean, if you're into the advertising world at all, this is just how that stuff goes. So I'm going to end up posting an ad today. I did not work today. So my new plan is going to be, I am going to work every day. I've got a week and a half starting now till the end of the month to come up with about $7,500. And really, that's not that crazy of a goal. It's just I just need to get some work sold. I have got two estimates to go and look at today. I'm going to do in person because there's just a higher sales rate on those, and I can be more accurate, figure out if I can, handle giving the price a little lower or whatever. When you have that high volume lead flow like we were having earlier in the month, it's a lot easier to raise the prices a little bit and not be quite as perfect on those. These should hopefully be really good. I've got one job scheduled for tomorrow so far. I'm in talks with, I've sent out, I think 2 or 3 different estimates, all right around the $300 to $400 range for gutter cleaning. But I think that's kind of it. So we've really got some ground to make up. It's going to be a hell of a push. I'm definitely going to have to take Thursday off because that is Christmas. I would work, quite honestly, but I try scheduling a job for customers on Christmas and nobody's going to want to do it. So I'm just committing to taking that day off. But yeah, we should be in pretty good shape. So today is going to be making some advertisements I got to make a new ad for probably gutter cleaning. I might do a roof cleaning ad. I might just make a couple of variations. This new style of ad that I do, typical ad style that I usually run that has performed incredibly well and very consistently. That style is pretty damn easy to make and quick. So I don't need to really record a whole bunch or do anything, special. So I should be able to get these knocked out pretty quick, and as well as hopefully get some different variations. So that's what I'm going to be working on. My current ad that I have been running that's been working really well, I can show you it. So that is this ad right here. And cost per lead is rising. That's why I'm wanting to think about this stuff so much. So I've got 2 different variations, but one of them, it looks like I'm only running one. I haven't messed with this in a while. And so you can see creeping up to $18 per lead, which is fine. I'm perfectly good with that. But there was a couple of days where I was getting like 1 lead a day, which is not good. So basically what I've done here is I need leads. I need leads bad. So I was running this at $50 a day. I just bumped it up to $100 a day. So we should be getting blown up here pretty quick. And I'm going to be working my ass off to get estimates out as quick as I can to hopefully get the rest of this week scheduled. And like I said, I will be working the weekend if need be, because I'm hitting this fucking goal. I swear to God. I'm going to be getting back to customers, and I'm going to be getting some ads made. And yeah, I'll update you probably with the new ads, and I will be showing you the new ads that I've made as well. I might try a new offer. I'm kind of thinking that it might be kind of fun to do something for in the future. So I've never run an ad like this. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to run an ad with an offer that it's already proven. I don't even have to think about it. I just post the ad and know it's going to work essentially. But I'm really thinking about running an offer like, so we do window cleaning, but really nobody buys that until this comes springtime. So what I'm thinking I might end up doing is I might do like a gutter and powder treatment at a discounted deal, but also give a discount for the springtime when they want window cleaning done as well. So in other words, buy now, get a discount on the price of today, as well as get a discount on the price of windows. And that guarantees me further work for later in the year, come springtime. And that also means that I can hopefully get some customers on the schedule. And if new customers take on this offer, then that will probably get me a lot closer to having recurring work from these people. Because the more, I mean, if you do 2 jobs for somebody, they're already committed to seeing you a couple of times. So it's not much harder for them to see you again. And it would be a lot more effort, a lot more mental space for them to go out and find a new person after you've already worked for them twice. So that's kind of my thoughts. But that's going to be a new offer that I've never run before. So I want to hit the old stuff. I want to do what I know works to be able to hit this goal. And then we can kind of play around from there. So I might make a couple of variations. We will see. But I think that that's kind of that. So I think that I'm going to go ahead and get to making some ads. It's currently 1 o'clock. I might be doing something a little bit later on, which might keep me a little bit busy, but that's okay. It's really, right now, it's just waiting on some new leads to reach out, and then hopefully getting prepared to get a better, cheaper cost per lead in the future with maybe a better offer for later this week, so I'm not having to spend $100 a day. So anyways, that's kind of that. I will say I also am going to need to do an Amazon order, and I need to go and hit Harbor Freight to get some more of those insulated gloves. Those insulated gloves are a fucking lifesaver when it comes to this time of the year because they're literally like wearing winter gloves, but they're waterproof. The only issue with them is that the actual dip coating on the outside it doesn't go very far up the glove, and so when you've got a gutter completely full of water, you're going to get water on the inside of the glove past the coated portion of the glove. So in other words, your hand, as soon as they get wet, because there's that insulated shit in there, that glove is going to take literally days to dry out. So anyways, I gotta go buy some more gloves, and so I'm going to be spending a little bit more. And yeah, but I think even still, we're going to be riding come end of the month. We should be somewhere right around the $3,000 mark, which is about typical for expenses for this business. So everything is looking good. Alrighty, well, today has been a bit of a hectic day, to say the least. And if I'm being completely honest, I just spaced on the recording for today. But I did end up getting quite a bit of stuff done. So after I finish my little yap here, I am going to cut to the videos that I ended up making. So the new ads that I created. We did end up getting 3 estimates scheduled. So one of which, David, this one, he had a little bit of moss growth, but it was that stuff that grows on the face of the shingles, and it barely grows. It's almost like an algae more so than a moss, but it is about impossible to remove without causing damage to the roof. And so when it comes to that stuff, the only thing that I'm willing to do is do a powder treatment to it or hit it with a soft wash, but obviously we can't soft wash this time of the year. So I ended up quoting him to do the gutter cleaning and to do a powder treatment. I gave him the discounts, the 10% off, and then that essentially came to a total of $392.04. So hopefully hear back from him, because that would be a good job to go and do. I'll be honest, I gave him a gutter guard as install estimate, and never heard back from him, and I showed up today and he had gutter guards, so I must be expensive to him. So oh well, I don't have too much hope about hearing back from him, but time will tell. So then the second one, this one was actually a pretty good one. So this one actually ended up selling. He was on the spot, ready to do it, and so I ended up scheduling that for tomorrow. So that's one of the jobs that we're going to be knocking out tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be too long of a day, but it is a concrete tile roof cleaning. So I'm a little excited to start to get some recording of how I'm doing that and just my process on it. But yeah, it should be a pretty good day. So it comes to $766 after tax. He doesn't have a whole lot, but the thing with tile roofs is that it's just incredibly tedious. I mean, you got to go in between every single tile. You got to scrape the bottom of every single tile. So it's just very tedious work. But I'm really hoping that doesn't end up being a ridiculously long day, but time will tell. So ended up selling that one. And then we had one more that we looked at. And this one, I have yet to get an estimate out for this guy. It was another tile roof, but it was completely covered in moss. So it was a bit of a ridiculous job. I just don't even know what I really want to charge for this one, because if I charge for my grand a day, I'm probably not going to sell this. So I probably got to, on tile roofs, I'll often shoot just for the $750 a day, especially because I'm working by myself and because these end up taking a few days typically, especially ones that are this bad. So I end up undercutting a little bit just because otherwise I'm just ridiculously expensive. Hence, like the other tile roof clean that I showed earlier in the series. I don't remember when that was, but that I ended up being like a $5,700 estimate. And so that's a bit much, but at the same time, that roof will last for forever if they keep it cleaned. That's just kind of how it goes. So anyways, I don't know what I'm going to price this one out, but I still got to schedule that one. So as for tomorrow, we have 2 jobs scheduled. So first of which is a gutter cleaning only. And this is for a guy that I actually did the gutters on just a couple of months ago. But apparently he's having problems again. So I ended up doing a deal for him and doing it for $300 cash. Originally, I did it for $350 plus tax, which was $385.35. So he got to save a little bit of money there, but it should be a pretty good job because it shouldn't take very long, given that I literally just cleaned it out a couple of months ago. He's just got tons and tons of fir trees, dropping pine needles on him. So anyways, we've got that one for tomorrow, and we have also got that concrete tile roof to clean. So should end up being a pretty good day, as well as I'm excited to see how this new ad starts to perform. I got the 2 variations, so it will hopefully not take very long, but I'm going to run it at $100 a day, and that sounds crazy, but really that's just to get the lead flow in, just for this challenge, because I'm wanting to get jobs sold as soon as possible. And given that it is a roof cleaning ad, I am kind of expensive for roof cleaning, and I'm aware of that. I end up my sales percentage. In other words, what percent of the jobs I actually do end up selling out of the ones that I estimate drops down quite a bit. In fact, I remember at one point, not this year, but last year, my sales rate for roof cleaning ended up dropping down to 25 or 30%, when typically I'll keep it's probably around 40% normally, 40 to 50%, just depending. So anyways, hopefully we can get this lead flow in, and I can still stay on some good jobs without having to lower prices at all. That would be ideal, but time will tell. The problem with this week, and I can already see it happening, I have been seeing it happening, especially with the lead flow dropping last week. Number one, it hasn't been crazy rainy, and that brings in a significant amount of work. We had a lot more rain last year, and that ended up keeping us just ridiculously busy. But this year, unfortunately, we have just not seen the same amount of rain, and so I'm not keeping as busy with gutter cleaning, and that really is the one that I push for this time of the year. But also with economic stuff, it really does make a difference, and especially when you're going out and actually talking to these people and getting to meet them face to face, you can tell a lot of customers, a surprising amount, especially because they are typically in the 50s or 60s range age-wise. They're usually pretty into politics stuff, which I am not. I don't like to talk about that stuff, especially when I'm trying to sell jobs. But a lot of people will bring that stuff up and voice that they're, not happy with the economy or nervous about it and not as willing to spend money as like they were during COVID and such. So unfortunately, with kind of the economical stuff, it being towards the end of the year and it being Christmas, I mean, I really did choose about the worst month to try and complete this challenge, but that was part of the fun of it. I'm excited to see how these ads go, and I'm pretty excited for tomorrow, actually, to get some recordings of the tile roofs, because they are very unique. I've spent a significant amount of time repairing them, 3 years in total doing repairs on those, and so I've got the process down very well and know quite a bit about those. So anyways, real excited to make a video on that and show you kind of what's what on those things. I'll link after here the 2 videos that I ended up making for advertisements, then that should be that. We'll really just be waiting on jobs to come in and hopefully being able to maybe schedule something for over the weekend, but we'll see. Time will tell. Yeah, so anyways, I'm going to show you those ads right now, and then, yeah, that'll be our day. Happy Monday, and I will see you tomorrow. Do you have moss growing on your roof? My name's Devin. I'm the owner of Muckless Gutters. For Christmas, I want to give you a free professional gutter cleaning with the purchase of a roof moss removal. A mossy roof could cause shingle damage or even get your homeowner's insurance canceled. So if you've got a mossy roof, let's get it cleaned up and get your gutters cleaned while we're at it. If this sounds like something you might be interested in, click the Get Quote button below, fill out the form, and I'll reach out to you as soon as possible. Just don't wait on this. Due to the rain, we're booking up fast. I want to come clean your gutters for free. My name is Devin. I'm the owner of Muckless Gutters. For Christmas, I want to give you a free professional gutter cleaning with the purchase of a roof moss removal. A mossy roof could cause shingle damage or even get your homeowner's insurance canceled. So, if you've got a mossy roof, let's get it cleaned up and get your gutter cleaned while we're at it. If this sounds like something you might be interested in, click the Get Quote button below, fill out the form, and I'll reach out to you as soon as possible. Just don't wait on this. Due to the rain, we're booking up fast.